All right, Nate, we're hitting the dirt on this one.
Experience all the action, all the battles, and all the feelings of the real Supercross. Supercross 2, live like a champion.
Okay, Nate, we were talking about, hey, you ready? Okay, so let me see. It's Monster Energy AMA Supercross, the official video game. Nailed that.
You got it.
What title is that? Seriously, can you make it any longer? Anyways, we are playing a Supercross game. Thank God. What a title. This is by Milestone. These guys came out last year with the Supercross game. It was fantastic. And guess what? We're back for 2, and I'm loving this thing, man.
Yeah, man. So I actually didn't play the first one.
Missed out, but you got the second one, so we're good.
Yeah, so hopping into this, it was a ton of fun, man. I haven't played a racing game in too long, but like this game was sweet, man. I've always liked dirt bikes. I don't really understand mechanics and all that stuff,
sure.
but like this game, I feel like they nailed it as far as taking the jumps and riding the jumps and following the dirt paths or tracks.
It leaves grooves within the dirt tracks, right? So as you're going through the track, the more the riders hit the same line, it begins to kind of give a groove. And if you hit outside of that groove, you're going to feel it on the bike and the mechanic of the bike. And the way you upgrade your motorcycle or your dirt bike is relatively simple because it's there for you, right? You're not going in, it's not like, say, a Forza where you got to go in and minute tweaks to every little bit. I did go in and tweak my bike though. Like I eased up on the suspension and did a couple of little things, and I actually found it rode a lot better. But because you start off, I went into career. First thing I do is I head right for the career, right? I hit the 250s, I hit both 250s, east and west, and then I head to the 450s. So you go in there, you start off, the career starts you with, of course, the lowest bike possible.
Yeah.
And you really feel it too. Man, I'm hitting some of these corners, I'm like, would you just turn already? But you were there to get your experience, upgrade your bike, and then you can start really picking it up and kicking some butt.
Yeah, man. So the customization within it, I had a ton of fun, man. You can pretty much customize color, everything, except for the shell, which I was like, oh, I wanted to paint my bike not just plain green, but But anyways, the whole point of the game is that you're supposed to get the money and then buy the bike that you want. You know,
it's cool. The career system that they have brought to the game this year is different than last year. Now, so they have sponsorships, but what they do is they give you a week agenda. That wasn't in the game last year. This is brand new to the game. So you go in, you set up your week. So you have certain days. The idea is to kind of build you up as a Supercross star, right? And you build up your week. So you'll have a couple days off, but the days you actually work, you can do training, you can do media promotions, other promotions, you can do challenges, so you then face off against rivals, and then those are dependent on your rivalry with those other riders. You're either going in for a time trial or just a regular simple race. So if your rivalry isn't too high, you go in your race just side by side. But if you have someone that's really battling against you, now you're into a time trial and you have to really kind of step it up.
Yeah.
And it becomes more difficult because I battled up one guy, man, he's like right on me.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was tough.
Oh, man, but the challenge, I loved it, man. The first track I did, it was like a huge farm and you're going through cornfields and like, man, it was so cool, man.
That's their compound, and that's new this year as well.
Yes.
The compound is brand new, allowing you to go out and experience and learn the bike, learn the tracks, learn the jumps, get used to the whoop section, the drag and back, get to the tabletop, and how you transition through all these things, right? And what they also added this year is that blue, kind of like a guiding system. That wasn't in the game last year.
I liked a lot of these mechanics because I feel like they kind of took from Forza. They got the rewind system. They have
That's new again.
that nice arrow.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like for me, since I'm not a very good racer, gamer racer.
Yeah, either way. You suck at racing.
Really, basically, I'm okay. I'll take you.
All right.
But anyway, it really helped just like, just understand how to take the jump and when to take the turn and stuff.
It's a nice mechanic that they've added to the game. It gives you the ability to learn when to kind of hit the gas, what whoop section you should be following, so that you follow the line and flow, because it's all about being smooth from one jump into your landing and then off to the next.
Yeah.
It's there. You don't have to follow the line. The pros don't follow every same line, right? You get the grooves in the track, all of a sudden that changes your line. So now instead of hitting 3 jumps, you're only hitting 2, so you launch yourself off the last one, proceed faster. Maybe it's just where other people are lined up with your race, so you have to pass them. In order to pass them, you kind of ease up, or you kind of hit it a little more harder on the gas, hit the triple jump, you're up 70 feet and you're flying. It's fantastic. They did a fantastic
It
job.
is.
And a lot of new stuff this year, too. I really appreciate the fact that they took the time and said, okay, we're going to add this. We're going to add the compound. We're going to add the lines. We're going to add the rewind. I don't know how I feel about the rewind.
I personally think it's great. I don't use it because I always feel like I'm cheesing it pretty hard. I mean, what's the difference? You're either gonna restart the race all over again, or you could just go back 10 seconds and redo it.
I know.
So, I mean, I think it's a good feature to have. By all means, you're never forced to use it. So
that's fair.
I think it's perfect.
I honestly forgot it was even there. I'm like, oh yeah, I can rewind. So I bailed on one turn and I completely screwed up. Put me almost in last. Rewind. And I'm right back in like second place. So I did find the AI a little tough at the beginning, but that's because you're working at building your bike.
You're a basic starter rookie biker, so.
One of the things, so when you get into promotions though, I found that was kind of, I like the idea and the concept, but when you stand there, you stand against your bike and you lean, it just pans a shot and then you get experience points.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cheese in a bit.
Even with the media too, you just do it and you gain fame instead of, actually making dialogue decisions instead. Like that would have been a nice
something.
Maybe three because they already made so many improvements. What it sounds like, from the first one. So it sounds like, it's only going to go up.
You never know. Yeah, it's just I want to see a little bit more in those areas because, as I said, it just pans up. You get a shot and then you just gain experience. I'm like, well, I didn't even do anything though. So I didn't feel like I was earning that, right? That's the biggest thing.
Checkered flag. Let's take a...
All right, Nate, so I had a chance to jump in the multiplayer. Last year's version had a couple issues. I'm happy to say this year it is cleaned right up. It was a solid experience on the multiplayer side.
Oh man, that's really good to hear because with these racing games, you want a solid multiplayer service. So that is awesome to hear, man.
It was fantastic, and they really had something with the graphics too this year. It's really pretty. I was out in an outdoor arena and we were racing around, and it was raining. Man, did that ever change the dynamic of the game? But everything had a sheen to it, and I was sliding through the mud. My character's then getting full of mud because all the dirt's flipping up. It's all over my screen. It was an awesome experience.
The attention to detail with this game I found was just almost not next to none, but pretty much because I love the muck getting splashed on your screen while you're taking a big turn or you're ripping up a hill or you're, like you said, your guy gets just covered in muck.
So
they nailed it with the attention to detail. So another great addition to the game is the track editor. They did have it in the first one, and it doesn't seem like they added too much to it, but what a great thing to have in these kind of games.
It's just a nice feature. Honestly, taking a look at the track editor this year, I honestly don't see that they've done any additions to it. It looked pretty well the same. It felt the same. They gave you a nice tutorial to kind of introduce those who haven't had time with the track editor to get a good feel of how that operates and how you're supposed to set up your track and the starting line, the finish line, and how your whoops work, and you can curve your turns and all that kind of stuff. It's a solid editor. It's nice to have. You can upload your tracks, share them with others. It keeps the community alive because then you can download their tracks and race away.
All right, man, so if we're gonna wrap this review up, what are you gonna score this game?
All right, so Supercross 2 for me from Milestone is getting a 9.
Oh wow, I am right there with you between all the attention to detail, the extras that they've added from the first one from what you've told me. This game deserves it. It is getting a 9.
With a ton of new improvements and extras added to Supercross 2, it's every Supercross fan's dream ride. We wish the media and promotional additions to the game felt more meaningful.
Racing become our overall winner of our Triple Crown event. Coastering rode the wheels off their machines. We have a tremendous championship fight brewing.